be starting, well, restarting an old series, as I now have Fall of the Rising Sun Ultimate version 1.26, which on the one hand means that our current American playthrough, which was on version 1.11, is no longer compatible as far as I'm aware. What that means in the short term is it means we will have to restart the campaign again. But I had a fun idea pop in my head before that. Fall of the Rising Sun is designed to be played from the fleet boat perspective. However, the boat campaign still works. So I figured why not try to revive the series I was working on before I tried Fall of the Rising Sun. Why not? We'll be treating different EA based in Singapore. You know, I did have a cool German name to give him. But, I'm probably going to be typing this a few times. And besides, I don't even know if this is going to work. It's not supposed to work. I'm just going to warn you right now. What I'm doing right now is not supposed to work. But it's not going to stop me from trying anyway. We're looking for, as the title suggests, U-181. That's the boat I had beforehand. Let's see if we get assigned to it first try. Unfortunately, this is random. That's the wrong boat. I think that wouldn't bother me, but I said we were going to play in with that specific boat. So that boat it is. We're based in Singapore. Don't change any of that. I didn't see what boat we are. U-200. Boat. This is when I find out that regional command actually matters in terms of what boat you get. I was pretty sure I picked Singapore before, didn't I? I could open the YouTube video to go check, because I don't have the local recordings on this computer. I'm also playing in a slightly different window size. I'm playing in a 1600 by 900 window. So it keeps the 1920 by 1080 ratio. On the other hand, it means the window is actually smaller for me than it was before. 177. I didn't realize the range of boats was that wide. You know, if I didn't care this much about getting this specific U-boat back, we'd be playing by now. It's okay. Maybe I should use the same captain name. That's fine. This is quicker for me to type out. Again, this isn't supposed to work anyway, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. The Fall of the Rising Sun team said at best it would be the, it'd be equivalent to the stock experience, which I'm fine with. Also, neat recognition manual, guys. I want one of these in real life so badly. Alright. Regional command. Singapore. It isn't actually that big of a deal if I pick the wrong one, because I can transfer command immediately. Did I have 2 spaces? 198. I think 198 was a test boat I used for my series, and then I got U-181. I looked up all these U-boats beforehand to see what their historical careers were. That was a while ago. Maybe we'll splatter as many planes as I did in that series. I shot down a lot of planes. What is that number? Okay, again, a lot of people will probably be frustrated telling me to proceed, but now I want to know how many different U-boats there are. It's okay. With the video that's going up on YouTube, there's going to be a cut right after I hit go the first time. And, well, a cut from the Twitch archive, the local recording. Local recording will have its own cuts that I make myself starting. Did I change my base? U-181. Where are we recording to? Okay, good. It's good to know that the mission, the generation of the campaign does seem to be working. Again, as far as I'm aware, I could press sortie for the first time and the game immediately crash. It's kind of what I'm expecting to have happen. Then again, I tried to merge this mod with the Japanese playable boats, and at least I was able to sail from Penang to Singapore before the game crashed. Wow, those numbers are all over the place. That must be one of the newer boats, that's why the number jumps like that. Which gives us approximately 2 years to achieve all that we're trying to achieve. U-180. Off by 1. Yeah, I'll go over our boat once we actually get there. Real quick. I was gonna load up the fleet boat campaign. I'm like, if we roll Sea Raven on literally the first try, then I'll play the Americans, but no. This is a test stream, if nothing else. I'm sure the stream title has many people confused. Follow the Rising Sun should not work with the U-boat campaign, but as far as I'm aware, it does anyway. We're going to find out. Hey, there we go. U-181. Let us begin. Only took 10 minutes. June 2nd, 1943, Singapore Naval Base. Right. First thing. This desk. debating... Oh. Stuck. Now we have a save. Alright. So, one of my favorite features about this is the different abilities that we get. I've never actually been able to get all of these in a single playthrough. I've always wanted to play around with these abilities. I don't even know if they'll work correctly in this mod. So, one of the key things we're going to have to do, you see this on the bottom, the rating. I'll explain how to get those ratings later. But you can see, we get another ability. This is another ability. This changes my air reconnaissance, and I get German heavy cruiser support. This requires 5 war patrols and a campaign rating of good or better. 7 patrols of good or better. I get Japanese cruiser support. This is the one that I really want. So I get the carrier recon aircraft still, but I get Japanese task force support. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it spawns a battleship to support me? That'd be really cool. That is the goal of this game. So, in order to get these different ratings is the medal you receive at the end of a patrol. We'll know we have the correct, we know we're on track based on the medals we've got. One of the conditions for an excellent rating is the boat is not allowed to take hull damage. So what that means in the event we take hull damage is we're immediately loading the game. It's annoying, yes, but there's nothing we can really do about it if we want to actually get promoted in time for the end of the war. Right. You see these gentlemen here? Who are these gentlemen? Well, they have special abilities. This is an active ability. So this is a ability that you must activate as the player. There'll be a tab at the bottom once we get to it. Click on this once this, if this gentleman is on my boat and he's in the correct area. He needs to be either in the engine rooms or the command room. And for 30 minutes, he will boost our electric engine abilities. Effectively making, does exactly what his ability says, quick escape. This green ability here is a passive ability. This is a gentleman I would not mind bringing on my boat. Unfortunately, he would cost like all of my money. And, well, I actually have things to do with that money. Also, I think I have a limit on number of officers on board, because I'm not promoted yet as a captain. So, wait, torpedo. Why the heck are you in my command room? Alright, whatever. You're an engine room guy, too. Why? I only have one commando. Yeah, this is probably a side effect of the mod. Now I kind of wish I started with the extra renown just so I could get some better dudes on my boat. Right. So. Where do we want to start? We're gonna grab this. That's gonna be the first thing we throw on this boat. Better decoy launcher. I use the decoys a lot. I have enough for this thing. I like this flag gun a lot better. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this gun. Hopefully that doesn't screw with my crew. I didn't have a place to move them to because I have a fully stocked Omicon. That's my 37 gun right there. I figure even guns not that great. He's not that much better. Honestly, I should probably put him on the 37 because I can use him. I'm gonna manually control one of the 20s in flat combat, or I'll take the deck gun. Okay. Well, at least my radio room has the correct people in it. I also don't see a gentleman with a battery ability. I don't know if I'll be able to get one. We're gonna find out how practical this run is in a minute, if that's the case. Are those T3s or T2s? Those are T3s. I want to throw all those T2s off my boat. I really do. Yeah, I'm going to throw all the T2s off the boat. I'll take T1s over the T2s. Oh, one. Okay, that's a T2. Get that out of here. That's also a T2. Get it out. T1's in their place. I probably should disable automatic loading of my torpedoes because they're going to load the wrong torps. It doesn't really matter when you only carry one torpedo, but it does matter. Yeah, these are T2s. Get these T2s out. I'll keep the T3s. The T3s I think are usable. The T2s, my issue with the T2s is they're short range and slow. The targets I would shoot with these T2s, I would rather shoot with my deck gun. I'll keep those T2s in the aft external reserve because I might be in a situation where I'd rather use a T2 and I can't afford to replace them all with T3s. I may take one of those. I've never really played around with the fat torpedoes. Typically, well, here's another thing. Typically, I replace all my T3s with these things. Well, I say all my T3s. I keep T3s at my... I replace the T2s with these. T5s. The T4s, in my opinion, have a similar problem. Granted, they have better range. Yeah, T4s have similar problems. Right. Did we liquidate all of the torpedoes I wanted to? I believe so. Next, gameplay settings. Right, realism. No map. We want no map contact update. We want that on. Manual targeting system. Realism should be 90. Authentic measurement units, so we'll be using kilometers. This is correct. Now, I'll have to find out if we're using base game. We're using base games. System for determining your patrol rating. We'll know as soon as we clear our first 2 patrols. I don't think it's possible to get an excellent patrol on the first patrol, because what Fall of the Rising Sun does, from what I remember, is it averages out the renown you gain between patrols. What that means is, unless they've changed it from what I've read back in August, but then again, that information may have been old as well, but basically, if you have a bad patrol, it's very difficult. It takes a lot of patrols to claw back up. And since we're already in 1943, like we started in 1939, we would probably have time to do that. Then again, I wouldn't be able to sortie a Type 9. I like the Type 9 a lot better than the Type 7. Mainly because of its, I see it as a better firing platform. And I enjoy its longer range. I guess it's because it plays closer to an American fleet boat than a Type 7. Right, with all that out of the way, let's see if the game actually plays. It's probably what whoever is watching is, you know, waiting these last 20 plus minutes for. Actually different than what I remember. Right. Next, outside the harbor, please. Because I know base game will break if you spawn in the harbor sometimes. Alright, don't click anything.
Sir. I'll stop.
Yes, they're speaking English. There's not a lot I can do about that. Not without potentially breaking everything, and honestly...
Yes, sir. Current speed, 9.
It doesn't break my immersion that badly. I would rather have a working interface. Or I would rather have a working platform than them speak German and the game crash every 10 minutes. Right, so we're sortying to Bangkok. This will work as a functional systems test. See if I can sail through the port of Singapore, which will have traffic without the game crashing. Now we know that the Allied traffic, so not Axis power, Allied power traffic is modeled in Fall of the Rising Sun. We know because we saw them when we were playing as the Americans. Now, let's also use this as a system test for launching aircraft. See, I can request scout planes. Go ahead and have some scout planes have a look. I look like I can request from a bunch of different airfields. Yeah. Somebody did some work on this campaign. Look at all these airfields I can call from. Huh. Also, you can see the German map does not extend past, basically Guadalcanal. I might visit New Zealand. I did that before. Oh yeah, we got a resupply tanker in Indian Ocean. Right. Let's go to the bridge. Moving around with the arrow keys in case you're wondering. Like, 5mm guns are here. 37mm flak is there. And the 105. And actually, yeah, let's not save this close to the floor. Not exceed 256 time compression. Bridge. Coastal gun. Hi, coastal gun. I'm actually not going to request how shallow. You can see the coastal gun with our binoculars. Maybe not. It's there, trust me. If we were an American boat, they'd be very angry. I'm sure we won't hit the bottom. Okay, Singapore, that was... Alright, there's a check complete right there. Singapore actually rendered correctly. Yeah, we can see the merchantman over there. I'm not going to save this close to Singapore because... the game is probably going to have problems trying to load this in, like, even under normal circumstances, it would have problems loading this close to Singapore. Which you could argue I probably shouldn't have taken Singapore as my base instead of gone out of one of the other locations, but I like Singapore. Alright, let's have a look, shall we? We'll see if this crashes my game, me zooming in over here and having a look at all this stuff. Yep, Japanese. Uh-oh. We're dropping frames. Got back frames. Frames are back. Nothing bad happened. Japanese. These all should be Japanese. Except for potentially a German submarine tender. If they have one over here. Gunboat. I'll save once we get out to, like, here. Not exceed 256 time compression if we can avoid it. Oh. There is a ship. There is hostile traffic. That. Now, we're not going to be visiting said hostile traffic anytime soon. Oh yeah, because I'm not using the upgraded sonar head, our sonar actually works while we're on the surface, which is what I'm used to from my American boats. This should be a friendly, yeah. Let's say hi to him, shall we? Hi there. At least it's not a sampan. I might feel obligated to sink him. Although we were patrolling over here in the Sea Raven. I'm going to assume I would be warned about any potential minefields around here. Aircraft are completing their sweep. I can request them every 6 hours. We're on fuel. Okay, good. It's like we've barely gone anywhere. I should have barely consumed any fuel.
Bearing 7, long range.
Warship, medium speed.
4, long range.
This should be one of ours.
Bearing 2, long range. Bearing 4, long range. Bearing 4, long range. Bearing 3, 5, 7, long range. Bearing.
Oh my goodness, that started. Oop, I saw him. I can see his silhouette against the, it's right there. The horizon. Wait for him to get a little bit closer. Shall we? I considered doing a Japanese fleet campaign, but I'd have to change my mod set to do that. What do we got here? Hatsuharu class? Hard to tell. The number 2 turret's been removed. Whatever this is. Quad launcher? Yes. Quad launcher. What are we protecting in here? Oh, you look different. Nice sized group they've got. Only three 3 escorts,
Bearing
though.
267, long range. Bearing 245.
Oh, no, there he
long
is.
range.
Weird, they don't have a rear guard. No, they do. Another Hatsuharu class? I believe that's what you are. Oh yeah, right here. This is the special abilities tab I was talking about before. If we had any active or passive abilities for our crews, I could click this button to review them or activate them. My favorite one is the active deck gun ability. Well, there's an active and passive deck gun ability.
Bearing 214, long range.
Alright. Make a save. A1. Control 1. Alright.
Bearing 191, long range. Bearing 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure what part of Fall of the Rising Sun changes the German campaign, but some part of it does, because look at all these air bases I have. Granted, we're going to start losing some of these.
9, bearing 81, long range.
Another large group. These will probably pass us. Wait, a lone warship? This I gotta see. I don't remember what my buttons are to go toggle between free camera targets, so I'm not gonna push buttons randomly. I'm just gonna send the free camera out to see if I can acquire him. If I have a sonar contact on him, I believe that means that he's rendered. Unless something's changed. Normally, if I have a sonar contact on them, they're rendered on the map. The main reason I'm going over here is I think this is an AI submarine. I guess I could go onto my hydrophone and listen to it. AI submarines are very distinct in this game in terms of the sound they make. I'm not actually sure how fast this free camera is. I don't know how quickly I could traverse 30 kilometers with this camera. no, merchant. I just now saw that was a merchant. Yeah. So yeah, I totally can wheel my camera out that far. Maybe I should have timed that. See how long that took.
Bearing 18 long range.
Merchant.
Bearing 19 long range.
Warship. Yeah, that's another convoy.
Bearing 23 long range.
Stay on the surface to not spook. Excuse me. Stay on the surface to not spook them. That's all we need to do right now. You know, that's all they need. Okay, we can have a look at the daylight.
Long range.
We have, there's a destroyer there. Yeah, they are. Destroyer. Let's go look at them. This is also allowing me to stress test the mod because as I zoom all around with the free camera, getting close looks at all this stuff, I'm potentially stressing the game with the sheer number of encounters we're processing. Typically, I found the game in my testing earlier. I did a test recording a single player mission. Ooh, Akizuki class destroyer. My testing single player missions showed that the game had an endurance of about 45 minutes before it would crash. In a continuous encounter. Class destroyer. Not quite sure why we're stopped, guys. Oh well. Well, I say we're stopped, but they're working on it. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Bearing 1,
Maybe they're under attack.
2.
Bearing 1, 2.
I'm not hearing any other
range.
units nearby. Just because I can't hear them. Doesn't mean that they're not under attack by an American submarine.
Bearing 1, 3. Long range.
American, Dutch, or British.
Bearing 4. Long range.
Maybe even Australian? I don't remember if the Australians had submarines in their direct service. I know the Americans operated submarines off of Australia, but I don't know if there were any actual Australian submarines. Or Australian native-built submarines. If they did have any, they would have been given to them by the Royal Navy. They probably had T-class submarines that they operated with. Or whatever the Royal Navy gave them. Oh, interesting. Time compression unlocked at 4096, which is fine. Honestly, it'll probably crash when we get to Bangkok, so, yeah, I'll actually slow up here. Alright, I'll clear on the bridge. Typically, like, you like, for an added stability I found for base game, you want to make your saves either in the control room or the bridge. Right, carry on. full system check of the stream either, so I'm not 100% sure if it's all working. Oh yeah, let me break the... Yeah, I was gonna say, let me break the recording real quick. Merchant will let him go. Slow down to 1024 compression. How are we doing radio-wise? Completing missions, will allow us to... completing these objectives help to our patrol rating, so we need to do about 3 or 4 of them, I would imagine, in order to get a good rating. Again, we will know based on the metal. The hard part is going to be sinking the requisite amount of tonnage. Are we on fuel? Good, good, good. Oh, goodness. Alright, well, Bangkok just rendered. Here, let's see the distance. Got like a little patrol boat. That's the same thing. I suppose it would make sense for Sandpans to be out here. Right, we need to be within a couple of kilometers. Say, like, right here. Drop off the stuff. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, we are actually already at all stop. Actually, let the boat come to a full stop. Boat.
Yes, sir.
Back slow.
Back slow.
Sure that the life raft is away. Alright, the raft with supplies are away.
Yes, sir.
Alright, all ahead slow.
Ahead 1/3.
Transit 4 kilometers this way. And we'll make for open sea. Set for 10
Yes, sir.
knots.
Current speed 9. Current speed 9.
Alright.
New message received.
They don't have anything for me right now. It's partially based on my location. Right. Well, let's get the airfields to have a look at stuff for me. Let's see what's nearby. Oh, there's our scout. I know here we'll have traffic. I'm expecting a convoy lane that runs through here. There's potentially one that runs through here. Okay, I lost a recon plane in this area. So he probably got intercepted by enemy aircraft. That's what that tells me. Oh, and the stream's starting to have issues again. Okay, it's going northwest. Yeah, we'll head to here first and then figure out where we're gonna go. Yeah, that's what I thought. West. East, southeast. Okay. Looks like we have contacts here. Here. These are individual ships. These are groups. Unknown very fast. Yeah, that was our last known. Yeah, those are individual ships. So this looks like a convoy route here. I like how I can just send a recon aircraft in the middle of the night. Manila's already returned to base. He found nothing. He found no hostile. I don't think they informed me of friendlies. Oop. Oh yeah, well I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I sent you too close to Henderson Field and you got splattered. Enemy warship. I would expect people in the Solomons. We might go there. No. It would take time to transit there and back. I'd rather go attack Darwin instead. Head south, attack the East Indian Ocean. Stay near this. I think we'll head down here. Let me ping headquarters. They don't really have an idea of what they want to do yet. Which is fine. see if I can get some better eyes as to what's going on over here. Ah, here we go. Alright, there is traffic there. New Guinea. I'm curious to see where this route sits. Okay, you got splattered over here. Okay, there's a route right there. I put that right on top of it. Right here is probably more dangerous. This is closer to where I want to be, right in here. Alright, make another save real quick. So we get a decision here. I could swing down this way, go by Surabaya,